What's going on, guys? It's UrAvgConsumer, and as you can see, I'm in the studio, so that means I did not attend CES this year, so no Vegas for me. I'll explain why in another video, working on some cool stuff. You'll find out pretty soon. But that doesn't mean I wasn't keeping up with CES and all of the cool tech that came out. Lots of my YouTuber friends made awesome videos from the show floor, and there are quite a few pieces of tech that I'm really interested in from a lot of different manufacturers. But one of the biggest manufacturers over at CES right now is Amazon. And they were cool enough to sponsor today's video and kind of share with me some of the cool things that they had going on this year. Now, I know personally you can't walk on the show floor without seeing a ton of Alexa enabled devices that pretty much turn regular home appliances into something smart. And it's crazy because at CES, Alexa delivered the first taste of Coca-Cola's new energy drink, but it's not just limited to those who went to CES. At home, you can just say, Alexa, order Coca-Cola Energy, and you'll be able to pre-order and have the drink added to your cart. So side shout out to all the manufacturers and developers who make the awesome tech for consumers like us. Honestly, it's kind of crazy to think about the fact that there's over 100,000 different Alexa compatible devices. It's kind of mind-blowing. And we're really getting to that time where we're seeing Alexa integration come into pretty much everything. Like, they just announced Lamborghini is going to have Alexa built into it, which is just, could you imagine just driving your Lambo and then telling Alexa to set your house to the perfect temperature right before you get inside? That's insane. But one thing that's also nice is that if you've got like the Fire TV ecosystem, they're starting to get a lot of awesome content. They've got Disney Plus, Apple TV Plus, YouTube TV, which I personally use to watch all my NBA games, but that's another story. So if you guys want to learn more, I have links down below in the description for you guys to check out all of what Amazon is doing with Alexa and its integration. They've got some really cool stuff coming out this year. But like I said, there were a ton of cool things that came out of CES, and luckily my YouTuber friends were there to cover it. Like my boy Edabong from Booredatwork got to see the Alienware Concept UFO handheld gaming system. Now, guys, this thing is a Nintendo Switch made by Dell that runs Windows games. That's what it is. Let's call a spade, right? Kuzma reference. It is crazy because this thing actually looks really complete for a prototype. From all the pictures that I've seen and from his hands-on, it looks like a device that can go on sale right now. Now, this thing can even be docked into a monitor supposedly so that you can run Windows 10 on it. So if you got to do something on Windows, you've got it right there in your hand. And that makes sense because we've seen smartphones be able to do that. So it's gonna be crazy to have a handheld gaming system that could also potentially be your computer. But right now, this Alienware Concept UFO thing looks pretty good. Shout out to Edabong for letting me borrow some of his footage. Wait a minute, is that what this thing is called? The Charmin Poop Time Robot Pal? That's what it's called? That's crazy. So guys, there's this little robot now that Charmin, I guess, came out with. I don't know if it's actually gonna go on sale. I don't know if any of this stuff is gonna go on sale because that's what CES is. It's all about concepts and stuff. But the Charmin Poop Time Robot Pal is this little robot that basically holds a roll of toilet tissue for you, ready to give it to you when you get on the toilet and you forgot to get a re-up of some toilet paper. It's insane. It has this little Charmin bear face on it. Apparently you can just, when you're on the toilet, you sit down and you forgot, you call it with your phone, comes out, brings you the toilet tissue. Where does it go when you're done with it? Like, does it just chill in a corner waiting for that one moment? Who knows, but it's pretty interesting. Now, Marquez dropped a video about the OnePlus Concept 1, which is an interesting phone. It's pretty much a OnePlus phone. I think they teamed up with McLaren on this one. And you know how you've got those little rings in the back for your cameras? Well, this thing pretty much has a shade. It pretty much covers and hides the lenses. So it just looks like a black sheet of glass on the back of your phone. I don't know how many people are actually concerned about the lenses on their phones. Like, this is the standard. Like, you see cameras on your smartphone. But I guess if you really want to keep it low key, OnePlus has an option now. I've heard some people online say that you can use this thing as an ND filter. So if you're like in a really bright area and you just want to tone it down a little bit, you can use it. Could be cool, but disappearing cameras, I don't know. Jay, you like that? Do you care? It's cool, but nobody's mad at innovation. Okay guys, so there's this product that was shown that's pretty interesting. It's called the YBrush. So I don't know if it was the first time it was ever announced, but this thing says that it will brush your teeth within 10 seconds. And it's by a company called Fastiche. But if this thing is legit, oh, that's a game changer. That's something that impacts life. It's gonna be interesting to see what dentists think of this and if it really gets the job done. If it works, I'd buy it, cause 10 seconds? That's insane. Now, I know everybody saw the electric vehicles. Sony dropped one. Mercedes has a really interesting one that's based on the concept of Avatar, the movie from way, way back. Sony being the biggest surprise because it's Sony, you know, they do like everything else but cars. But now they've got a car that they're working on, and I think it's called, yeah, the Vision S. It looks like a really standard car. It doesn't look special at all. It's kind of like the Tesla approach, where the cars don't look super fancy, they don't scream high tech. Apparently Sony's working on something. It's just a concept, it's not on sale. But it's just kind of interesting to see what companies are thinking about. Oh, guys, did you see that new Samsung TV? So Samsung announced this 8K bezel-less TV. I think it has like a 99% screen to body ratio. I need it. Samsung, hit me up. But this thing is basically bezel-less. And if you look around, some of the pictures you'll see, it looks like the speakers are around the frame, like so on the sides of it. It looks spectacular. I almost bought an 8K TV during the holidays, so I'm glad I didn't, because I want this so bad. 8K isn't necessary right now. I mean, there's not a lot of 8K content. Doesn't hurt to future-proof yourself, man. Doesn't hurt. I want this thing. This thing looks amazing. Now guys, there was actually some pretty interesting dog tech out there. There was this really, really creepy service dog robot thing. I ain't messing with that. But something that was actually pretty cool was this harness. It's from a company, or I think it's called the Innew harness. I could be butchering that. But what this harness does is basically you put it on your dog, and based on the colors, kind of like a mood ring, kind of lets you know what the dog is feeling. It lets you know what the dog's emotions are based on the heart rate and all kinds of sensors that they've got on it. And we can like pick up on their signals here and there and kind of, you know, understand our dog. But this would kind of change the game to have some kind of concrete information about how they're feeling so that we can better tend to them like we should. Man's best friend deserves everything. If this thing actually comes out, I'd be all over it. I'd want to test it for Cookie just to see how she's feeling all the time, which is probably hungry and playful. And we've seen some pretty interesting stuff come from like computer manufacturers. MSI dropped this crazy gaming desktop. They say it looks like a robot head, but I don't know. I kind of dig it, but I might be biased. It looks pretty good. It has like this little OLED screen that lets you know the status of the desktop. Even Asus came out with something pretty interesting, this gaming laptop, I believe, a 14-incher that has these like lights at the back of the display so that you can kind of control what's going on back there. You can put like a logo or something. Looks pretty interesting. And they say MSI is even dropping a laptop that has a 300 hertz refresh rate display. 300 hertz, that's insane. And Samsung has that awesome 49-inch display that looks incredible. It's got this nice huge curve. It got the LEDs in the back, the RGB lights in the back. It looks really interesting. But those are the things that caught my attention, guys. Lots of cool stuff at CES. It would have been fun to see all the stuff that the little companies came out with that you just never heard about in your life. Unfortunately, that won't be until next year. But let me know what you guys found over at CES. What kind of coverage really piqued your attention? Let me know with a comment down below. Some of this stuff is kind of mind-blowing though. But till next video, guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, be the cool guy or girl that gives it a thumbs up. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Till then, it's your average consumer. Peace.